What is up, everybody? So we are talking about the Halo 5 collar today. Now, the Halo 5 is the latest in the series from Halo. Now, this is a virtual fence GPS-driven device from Halo. I do want to thank Halo. They sent this one out to me as a demo, but the reason I'm promoting it is because this here is the Halo 3. So I have the Halo 3, I have the Halo 4, and now I have the Halo 5. The other two I did purchase on my own, and I've used them with my dogs for a very, very long time now. So I kind of wanted to go over some of the major reasons I like and what I don't like about the Halo collars. Now, the reason I started with the Halo 3, now this was a couple years ago, is I lived up in the mountains in Colorado. I have an Anatolian Shepherd. She is a great dog when she is on a leash or inside of a fence. Now, we had horses, and so we had horses and we had dogs, so all of our fences were about, I don't know, 3.5, 4 feet tall, that standard 3-wire fence height. And we had 4x4 mesh over it, which was a really good mesh for the dogs, but it wasn't super tall. Now, we had two dogs. One, like I said, is the Anatolian Shepherd. The other is a German Shepherd mix. He would jump the fence. Doesn't matter what he was doing, but he would jump it all of the time. But he would come home, no big deal. Now, the Anatolian, she would not jump the fence, but if you left a gate open or you were pulling through the gate with the car and she saw something or just saw the opportunity, she would get out that fence and she would run and run and run and run until she couldn't run anymore. And then you could finally catch her. Now, the problem is she wouldn't just run in circles. She'd be gone. And so you'd have to get into the car or you'd have to sprint after her. And after about my third or fourth unintentional 5K, I said, enough is enough. We need to do something about this. So I looked into the invisible fence situations, which we've seen. They have the little box with the static shock, and you have to dig a line and bury a wire and all of that. And I decided that's just not feasible. We've got a lot of acreage. That is going to take me tons of time to do all that. And that is when I discovered the Halo 3. It does almost exactly the same thing as the invisible fences did with the virtual fence option, but it does it all GPS based. Now, that was an absolute game changer. So I ended up buying this collar 2 times and returning it because I couldn't swallow the initial purchase price because at the time they were pretty expensive. But then after, again, I did another couple of unintentional 5K races and I decided, you know what, we're just buying this thing. So we bought it. It comes with a subscription that helps with the cell service that goes with it, and went through the whole process, and I could not be happier. I want to clarify, I could not be happier. Like I said, I've got the 3, I bought the 4, and now we have the 5. So what this does is this one initially, you set up the fence and then you go through the app, and it's led by Cesar Milan, the dog whisperer, and you go through a positive reinforcement experience with your dog, teaching them all of the ins and outs of the process. Really, really easy, really, really intuitive. It'll take you about a week to 2 weeks, depending on how much you do, to fully get your dog from, I have no idea what this thing is, to I am ready to go. It starts with just simple stuff, putting the collar on, giving them a reward. Then it moves on to more advanced stuff. I'm gonna go to the other room, I'm gonna push something on the app, it's gonna make a whistle sound, and you're gonna come to me, so recall. And then eventually it's gonna get to the backyard perimeter. Now, with the perimeter, this is super easy too. So on the app, it's gonna have like a Google Map style overhead view, and you simply drop pins all around your property to where you want the fence to be. Now, they've upgraded the app, so now it's super easy. You click where your house is, and it basically uses public record to go boom, and it just puts a map over your property lines based on public record, and then you can adjust them however you want. Really easy, it takes like 5 minutes to do, super, super easy. Then from there, you teach your dog the boundaries, and they're contained. Now, it has 3 levels of warning. So the first level of warning, well, let me change that. It's got multiple things. So it has a whistle sound where you can recall your dog with a whistle. It has two or three custom recordable sounds where you can use your own voice and say, come, whoever your dog's name is, or whatever you want that command to be. So you can do your own voice. And then it also has a couple of different sounds as well. So you've got the recall sounds, which are easy. There's a speaker in here, and initially it's set really quiet, almost so human ears can't hear it, but dogs can, and it's kind of funny. You hit the whistle and they're like, whoop. Or you can turn it up louder so you can hear it audibly too, so you can guarantee they can hear it. The next is a beeping sound. So they get up to the border, it goes up to here and goes beep, 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 or whatever sound you want, because there's multiple sounds in here. And then the dog goes, oh no, that's not good. And then they back away. Now, if they continue past, it goes beep, 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 and they keep going, then it's gonna use a vibrating system in here, kind of like a phone, and it's gonna vibrate and go buzz, buzz, buzz. And then they're like, oh no, that's not good. Then they'll go back. If that doesn't work, then the old little dog collar training prongs come into effect, and it gives them a zap and says, hey, you've breached the fence. Let's get your attention, and usually the zap will work and it gets them back in with the static shock. Now the static shock has multiple levels of intensity, so it's not just a hard hit, so you can do it at very, very low intensity, or for my dogs who are non-compliant, sometimes it needs to be a little higher to get their attention. So that is how that works. But after you train them, really, they don't need to go past the initial warning beep. That becomes the cue, which is really cool. And you use positive reinforcement throughout the entire process to, excuse me, to get them trained so that they know what to do and it doesn't become a problem. Now, the Halo collar, the Halo 5, like I said, is a massive, massive improvement over the original 3. This one came initially with like an 18-hour battery. This one comes with like a 48-hour battery, which is awesome. So it works off of either Wi-Fi or your cell phone coverage. Not your cell phone. It comes with its own coverage, and that's part of what that subscription is for, is paying for the cell phone service. But what it does is it will, once it has the boundary remains in the collar. So it doesn't matter if it has service or not. The GPS fence always works. Hard stop no matter what. But when it is connected to service, it's going to give you live updates on your app where your dog is, in your yard, out of your yard. You're able to give them commands. It's really, really cool. It's very intuitive. Now, we've used this on hikes. We've used this camping. And most of all, we use it on our multiple acreage properties to keep our dogs inside the fence. I cannot say enough good things about the Halo. There are some other much less expensive options out there that are GPS collars. And what a lot of them will do is they will get a central point where the GPS starts, and they're like, this is our home point. And then they'll make a cone, a radius around wherever, and you can set the diameter of that cone, but you can't set GPS fence posts, if you will. So it's just a circle. And I guess that would work, but I can't think of anybody who has a circular yard. So it doesn't seem very useful to me. This, where you can set the custom fence, amazing. Now, there is another competitor on the market right now with Halo. It is SpotOn, which I'm sure you've heard of. They do a lot of custom virtual fence options. They just came out with a virtual fence option as well. They're claiming it has a higher GPS accuracy than the Halo. I haven't tested it exactly, so I'm not sure, but I'm very, very happy with the accuracy of the Halo collars. They are amazing. So anyways, I'm getting a little long-winded here for this shoppable video. So if you guys have any questions about the Halo collar, you can check us out on our other channels, and I'd be happy to respond with my experiences. But I absolutely love the Halo, and this is an amazing product, and I think you guys should definitely go ahead and get yourself one. The biggest complaint that I've heard is the initial purchase price and the subscription. But if you are in the market for this type of product, you probably need it. Because trust me, I bought this and returned it twice before I swallowed the bill. And if you probably need it, then consider the purchase price and the subscription against the vet bill or just losing your animal. For me, in the end, Even though it took me a couple tries to swallow that, it was worth it. And now after about 4 years of use, I'm not going to have my dog ever not wear these, because it is such an amazing peace of mind knowing that they are safe and in an area that I can monitor them. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and take it easy.